Hello everybody, this is Pastor David. Happy Wednesday. It's another beautiful day in Mount Pleasant, here in my office at the Community Church of Mount Pleasant. And man, I appreciate you joining us today. I'm thankful we get to come and have a little visit with you. I hope you've been able to come or at least tune in to our series that we're in right now called Jesus Stories, the Parables of Jesus. We've had some interesting stories. We talked about a large gathering, a wedding gathering, a banquet, and talked about some principles from that. And we talked about the importance of the fact that your actions speak louder than your words. We talked about forgiveness this past Sunday. And coming up this Sunday, we're going to have another really neat story. Two little short parables. Matthew chapter 13, and the one is only one verse, probably the shortest parable of all, verse 44. Just one verse. And we're going to talk about a very interesting thing about priceless treasures. Have you ever found something that was just really special and it was priceless? Well, we'll talk about that this Sunday. Had a great weekend last weekend with our ladies' breakfast, and I had a great day at church. We had a wonderful night Monday night with open gym. Lots of activities Tuesday night, and tonight will be discipleship night at our church. I hope you're maybe come by sometimes. You have volleyball and discipleship groups and couples groups and other Bible studies groups going on, truth seekers. So a lot of neat things going on, and I just really want to encourage you to find you a life group, a Bible study group, to be involved with, be engaged with, be accountable to, and then get involved with a ministry team. Everybody that knows the Lord ought to be serving. That's what we do. We serve the Lord because we love Him, because we belong to Him, and He's done so much for us. So I want to talk to you about a couple things coming up. Next Monday is Some Men. Some Men is a prayer gathering by our men in our church. And man, if you're a guy, I'd love for you to come out 6 o'clock. We have a little supper. We'll spend some time talking about our blessings and our burdens. Some Men. And then the 18th of this month is we're having a soup Saturday. That will be at 6 p.m. We're going to have a church-wide meal together, soup, those kind of things. And then Sway, February 20th. This is our ladies group that meets on Monday night the 20th. And then our beach trip is coming up. Our men's beach trip this month, March 22 through 25. A lot of things coming up, but I want to go ahead and get into our devotional today. And I want to talk about another parable, actually, from Matthew chapter 5. A lot of the parables are in Matthew. They're all in the Gospels as we talk about Jesus, and He's telling us stories. These stories are not true stories. They're stories that He is telling us to illustrate a principle. And He does that. He helps us understand by telling us stories. They're called parables. It's an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. You've probably heard that sometime before, but I want to talk to you today from Matthew chapter 5, and I want to talk to you about salt and light. This is another story to illustrate, and in this regard, it's illustrating our purpose. Have you ever wondered, why am I here? What is my purpose on this earth? Well, Jesus gives us our purpose, and it's twofold. And let me read you Matthew chapter 5, start with verse 13. You are salt. The salt of the earth. What does that mean? What does it mean to be salt? Well, what does salt do? You know, I've watched people. You sit down for your meal and then they grab that salt shaker and just pour it on there. Salt. Why do they do that? What is the purpose of salt? Salt adds flavor. It adds seasoning, and it adds savor to your food. And it gives me great taste. You know that as Christians here on earth, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to add flavor to life. When others see you, they should see. And let me tell you something else it is. Salt is also a preservative. It helps preserve something. And so we're to be salt, the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its flavor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing. If salt is useless, it's no good. Throw it out, because it's good for nothing. Does that mean Christians can be good for nothing? Yes, it does. If you're a Christian and you have lost your savor, your flavor, your saltiness, you're good for nothing. It's thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot. So, number one, those of us who know the Lord are supposed to be salty in that regard. Number two, verse 14, you are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. You ever drive around at night and you just can see the lights out there? You can see the mountains and the hills and maybe stars, and you can see those lights. That's what we should be as Christians. We are the light of the world. We're the salt of the earth. We bring flavor and we bring preservatives. We preserve. And then secondly, we're the light of the world. A city where the darker it gets, the brighter the light shines. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel. And here's a story. You don't light a candle and cover it up. That defeats the purpose. The purpose of a candle is to shine light in its brightness. You don't light it and hide it under a bushel or under a basket or a box, but on a candlestick, and it gives light to all that are in the house. That's what we're here on this earth for. We're here to be salt, to add flavor, and we're here to add light to those that are in darkness. It gives light to all that are in the house. Last verse. Let your light so shine before men. Let your light shine. Don't cover it up. Let your light shine before men so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. What does light do? It shows the way. Don't let it be covered up. Don't let somebody put your light out. You can do that yourself. You can cover it up by the way you live or your lifestyle or things you do, by causing your light to be ineffective. Keep it bright. So, our purpose on this earth is to be salt. We are preservative. We preserve truth. We preserve the Word of God. We preserve the message of the gospel. And we add flavor. And then we bring light to those who are in the darkness. Don't let anybody put your light out. Thank you for letting us join you today. I hope you'll come and see us on Sunday. If you can't be here, you watch us online. God bless you.